Welcome to our Simplify video this week. Simple living involves not only consuming less, but considering the impact of what we buy and consume. In these videos we consider how we can choose practices that minimize harm to others and the planet, and in turn honour God. After all, He gave us this world to care for, and He asked us to love Him and each other really well. So it's our duty to ensure that when we grocery shop and dispose of waste, when we travel, when we buy clothes, when we make all these kinds of choices, we really are thoughtful about the impacts on others and the world we've been given to look after.
Hi, I'm Yvie, and it's my turn to do the video this week and on our Simple Living series, Living on a Budget. Okay, so I just want to say that I'm a bit of a novice at this. I'm new, but we've all got to start somewhere, don't we? I heard a saying this week, and it goes, you cannot do all the good the world needs, but the world needs all the good you can do. Okay, so my story started 2 years ago when I was in England, and I had a home group. One of the ladies at one time was listening to Greta. She was quite distraught about the state of affairs of the planet. So I was listening to MCC, and that you were doing your Creation Care series. So I put that to them and said to them, would they like to have a listen of this, because it talks about us as Christians taking on the responsibility of our planet, because God has created the earth. He's created a good earth, and one that He doesn't want destroyed, and He wants maintained and restored. So I thought, wow, that's hope. So I took that back to the home group. They agreed to do it, and they did. They found hope, and it did bring hope to them, and it gave us something that we could do, which took away the negativity, and we were excited to be able to do something. So we listened to some of the videos and stuff, and true cost and all that sort of stuff, and for me, and we all decided that we were going to do 4 things, and that was to stop shop, reduce, reuse and recycle. I committed to not buying anything new, going to second-hand shops and buying my clothes, and disposing of the clothes that I wasn't wearing in a good way, which was giving away to poor people that we were helping at our church on a regular basis on a Saturday morning. So the stop shop was about stop buying things that we throw away after one use, like cotton buds, cotton balls, wet wipes, those wet wipes that you use to wash your face. And I found going to second-hand shops in England was really fun and gave me some really good memories. And then coming back to New Zealand, I had a whole lot of stuff in storage, and found that I had a lot of plastic, which is big problem in our world. Plastic is just not good. Anyway, I vowed and declared then, so that my first thing was to not buy any clothes, and I was doing that, and I was doing really well. My next step was to reuse everything, and I even had a roll of Glad wrap that I've still got, and I'm still, a year later, still using those things and I haven't had to throw any away. Even when I go and get my roast from the roast shop, I take my plastic up with me for them to refill it, so that I don't get any more plastic. So there's lots of little things you can do, and it all works all in together. It gets really quite exciting. Anyway, so when I moved into here, I needed to buy a whole load of cleaning products and bits and pieces, and I had to buy a few things at once, and so I had to go for the cheap stuff. And I started looking at it, and then as I was watching more documentaries and things on the planet, and that I was realizing that the stuff that I was using was just no good, and it was doing away with what I was already doing. So now it was time to add another thing in which was to buy products that were better for the planet and better for me as well, because not too many chemicals and stuff in it, and make sure that the bottles and that were recycled. But to do that was quite expensive. and so I could only do one thing each week. And to do that though, I had to reduce costs in other areas. So I started looking at what I was throwing away in the bin, and going to the landfills, you know, like food. And I was wasting a lot of veggies and fruit, and like just not eating them, and they were going off. And yeah, so I decided that I would go to the veggie shops and not buy bags of stuff, you know, in the plastic bags anyway, so we didn't want plastic anyway, but to buy them separately and just buy enough for what I need for that week. So that's what I've been doing. And even in the lockdown, it's been difficult because I haven't been going out to lots of different places. So I also pick up, because my knees are quite sore, so I get pick and collect. But I say no, I don't want any plastic, and I buy an extra bag so that I can put it in the paper bag. And so I do that, and that reduces that cuts the cost of my shopping, and so then I can buy these better products. Also, these products are good. They're 1s and 2s that Tina was talking about the other week, about being able to recycle them better. And so instead of, when it runs out, going to buy new ones, I will go and get it filled up at the bulk refill shops, and or buy those soap blocks that you can crunch down and add water and put those in the bottles and spray those. So yeah, so there is a way around doing these things, and just, you know, like, I just encourage you, just start one thing at a time, and it builds up, and then everything just walks in together, and you can reduce your own footprint on the planet, and you can do your part. Thank you for listening.